The well, basically, what we're the most important part of this change, and the most important part of this whole process is the role that I'm being asked to step into, the role that can have a direct impact on changing the way we play and the effectiveness of many things with our team. We feel that the areas that we've come up short so far in this season are correctable. We feel that the collective abilities of our players have room to improve at a rapid pace, and we feel that this role is important and critical to making the change in these things. Our staff, the staff of assistant coaches, will be retained. I'll also be adding Tim Floyd as my lead assistant starting tomorrow to assist me with bench coaching, as well as individual work in developing players and strategy. And I have a high comfort level of his capabilities and talents. I have a lot of belief in the individual players that make up this group, and feel that we can make improvement, change the direction that we have been heading, and get them closer to the goals that they all committed to at the beginning of the season. So, with that, there's questions or what?
Questions for Coach?
You retain the GM role, obviously, correct?
Correct.
Jeff, who made the call on Byron, and was it as much his inability to adapt to what's on the team, or was it just that the players got stale under what he was, teaching them more?
Well, I think as an organization, we looked at we had key areas that we were looking at from a results standpoint, and the results that we were getting weren't matching what we had hoped for, and how we were getting there was an area that we felt was as important, and that led us to the need to make change.
Can we expect to see more of Collison and Thornton now?
Well, I think the roles of the players we're going to take a good hard look at immediately, and maybe redistribute some areas, but I'm going to wait until I have a chance to speak more with the players individually tomorrow.
Excuse me. How much involved was Chris in this decision, and what has he said about it?
Well, I won't speak for Chris. Obviously, we did tell Chris and David as captains earlier this morning, and let them know that change had been made and how vital they were to the success of our team and to the success of us moving forward.
Why do you got the interim tag? Do you expect that to last throughout the season? Will you be looking for head coaches as the season progresses?
It's not an interim tag.
It's not an interim tag?
Jeff, you mentioned that you're the architect of this team. To what extent do you accept responsibility for the way things have gone thus far this season?
Well, I think I accept responsibility for the results, up to this point and from this point forward. We collectively set out a plan, and right now we're not satisfied with the way the plan has been executed, and so it's my job to change that.
Do you believe the personnel is in place in this team right now to be an elite team in the Western Conference?
We believe that our personnel has the ability to perform at a much higher level than it has been performing. We believe that the gap that needs to be filled to reach that point is obtainable, and we also believe that we weren't making that type of progress to closing that gap.
Jeff, when you brought Coach Floyd on, had you been talking to him, or I know you have a relationship with him, was that something that you did this morning, or had that maybe been talked about and had been in the works? And I guess, how do you think the players will respond to him? David's the only guy that actually played for him on this team.
Sure. David is the only one that does have a past relationship with him, obviously. But these are all quick moving parts that have all come together this morning. Our coaching staff will have meetings this afternoon as well to go over some realignments of things, as well as to prepare for our game tomorrow night versus Portland.
Are you worried about any maybe dissension, like Scott's assistants versus me and Tim now taking over? Are you worried that could cause a rift in the team or even on your coaching staff?
No, I don't. I'm not worried about that at all, because we've worked closely with the assistants in the past in many other areas, and their focus is winning, and their focus is on adding a contribution to our team and to our players. And so we've had an initial meeting this morning, and their mentality and attitude is what should I do and what can I do to help our team continue to get better.
From an organizational standpoint, was bringing back Coach Floyd an easy pitch to George? I mean, obviously the relationship didn't work out the first time.
Well, I think the role and the relationships are important. I have a high comfort level with Tim, who's proven himself as a quality coach, who's proven himself to have some very specific areas that he's outstanding in, and it's something that the organization wants to win. And that's the bottom line with Mr. Shin and you and Chad. Their question is what do we need to do to help this along, to help the pace as quick as possible, and that was an area that I addressed.
What was the thought process that led to you being named coach, and did you guys consider bringing someone from outside the organization?